We're going to be talking to a military widow. She was on her way to mourn the death of her husband in Afghanistan. She became a victim of a crime you won't believe, and we're hoping somebody out there can help her. You'll meet her coming up.
All right, have you seen what's happening in Colorado in the Senate race? It is midterm madness there, folks, and it's heating up even at the primary stage as they try to decide which Republican candidate is going to be out there. Look at this.
Thank you, everybody. Listen.
All right, so that was the president with Michael Bennet, the Democrat who wants to stay in that seat. Senator Michael Bennet getting the presidential touch there. And now, Bennet is barely an incumbent in that seat. He was appointed to that seat last January. He stepped in to fill in the term of then Senator Ken Salazar, who, as you remember, left to go to Washington. He became the Secretary of Interior. So this man, Michael Bennet, is hardly an incumbent. He's barely been in there. That seat that he has right now in the Senate has been blue since 2004. But with the economy, of course, like it is, folks there may be looking for some change, and that has shaken up the situation in Colorado that we want to get you up to speed on. Republican primary candidate and former Lieutenant Governor Jane Norton hopes that this is her cue to step in. Take a look at the latest Rasmussen poll in this race. If she were head-to-head right now with Michael Bennet, she beats him 51-37. She's got a nice margin, positive margin there. But take a look at this one. She runs just 7 points ahead of another Democrat candidate who wants to get in on this, too. He is Andrew Romanoff, and word is that he believes he's the one who should have been tapped for Michael Bennet, the seat that Michael Bennet took. And it seems that some people in Colorado may agree with that because he's doing fairly well in this race. So we don't know whether she's going to go up against Bennet or might go up against Romanoff. This is her latest ad, which made a lot of headlines. Take a look.
Mr. President, you should pledge to balance the budget or else decline to seek re-election. That'd be change we could believe in.
Jane Norton joins me now. What? Did you hesitate at all to call the president out like that and say, Mr. President, you should resign if you can't balance the budget?
No, this is the frustration that we're seeing all across Colorado. The budget that he has proposed has gone from irresponsible to indefensible, and Coloradans are saying we have to balance the budget. You and I have to live within our means, and the federal government should have to as well.
As I said, though, did you hesitate? I mean, do you feel like that's too harsh to say those words to the President of the United States, and out of respect for the office to say you need to resign?
It was a respectful ad, but the thing was, Martha, he used Denver. He came to Denver during the Democrat National Convention and promised that he would go through the budget line by line and he would eliminate programs that didn't work. Instead, he took the record budget left by George Bush, the deficit of 2008, and tripled it. And we're saying, you know, you're not listening to what's happening. We need sensible
let's see.
leadership.
So you put that ad out, very controversial, got a lot of attention. This is the response from the Democratic Senate Campaign Committee. They said if Jane Norton wants to make spending an issue in this campaign, she should be ready to answer critical questions on her record of increasing budgets and spending lavishly at the expense of Colorado taxpayers when she was in public office. What say you?
Well, the record shows that I've had two public budgets. One when I was head of the state health department, and the second one when I was lieutenant governor. My general fund, what I had responsibility for, was less when I left both of those offices than when I started. You know, it is fashionable to be conservative right now, but the fact of the matter is I have walked the walk.
All right, well, you know what, you bring up an interesting point, because the next thing I want to ask you about is Scott Brown, who a lot of people feel turncoated a bit on this jobs bill because he won in Massachusetts saying it was time to be fiscally responsible, and they're about to sign into law a $15 billion jobs bill. What do you think about what Scott Brown did?
Well, I can't speak for Scott Brown, but I think there was frustration with this jobs bill that it was too little too late, and the people who voted against it said, we need to provide certainty in the marketplace for our businesses right now so that they can grow, and the bill was too small.
I got to go, but real quick, if you can, how do you feel about the Tea Party and their support of you?
I think it's one of the most exciting things I have seen. People being involved, understanding that reconciliation is not the process for this health care bill. They are engaged.
You worried at all that they like you too much in a state like Colorado that has voted both ways?
Oh, I think we're campaigning hard for every single vote that we have in the state, but there is skepticism out there from by all the candidates. So I'm hoping for their support support, but I don't take it for granted.
All right. We are going to watch this with great interest. Jane Norton, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
For being with us today. And for our viewers at home, always fair and balanced here at Fox News. This Friday, we're going to hear from her Democratic challenger. Former State House Speaker Andrew Romanoff will be with me, joining us live right here on America's Newsroom.
Cool stuff. Martha, thank you. In a moment here, want to improve the performance of your children, do you? Meet the